for and taken successfully. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards. First down, Colts.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Taylor. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Jonathan Taylor.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
14. And a Colts first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun is Eason. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Bengals 7.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
For the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Colts 3. Albert Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Play action. It's Eason.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. And room there to work it inside the 25.
Jonathan Taylor.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
4-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
With the score, Bengals 14, Colts 3.
He's crossing. He's checking play. Bang, 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 bang.
60 Eagles. 2nd down. Here's Eason.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
The running back.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
46-yard line.
Second and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
To number 88.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
8 yards.
Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And to give this time to the tailback. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Gain of 1. It's 4th down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And it's 21-3.
Kick is good. Makes the score Bengals 21, Colts 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosazon to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Will Fuller, 75 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense the film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it.
And he fires here's one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Eason on 2nd down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. He finds his target, Fuller. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
At the 27.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason, his throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Shot before break. Eason to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the former 1st-round pick, William Jackson.
It's Third down and goal from the 1.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Eason. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Taylor. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And the Colts first down.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Taylor is the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Pass incomplete.
Eason's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun, Eason. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
9 yards.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Here's Taylor. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on first down.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll throw on first down with Eason.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
To throw again. Eason looking for Campbell downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
53 is the mark. 53, check. Back to 60. Back to 60. Coming after you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they try the right side here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now back to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too...
And I think the ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Jump. 70 Lion. 53, Mike. Here I come. 53, go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
That's good.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line. That's the end of the third.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 12.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Rosa's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Brought down by the quarterback, William Jackson.
But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
To throw on 2nd down, Eason. He finds an opening past the 40. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. A gain there of 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
They go play action with Eason. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost him.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Colts 16. Set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of... Eason gets hit, and the ball pops free. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. From the gun, Eason. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
Eason's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He's letting this one go for full. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They run with Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Colts.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
On the stop.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
He was
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Here's Eason off the play fake.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Right back to him on 1st down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
41. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Eason. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Jacob Eason sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. Tonight's final.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Cincinnati, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the